Ladies and gentlemen, I have always opined on this platform that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happens for the sake of it. Yesterday, Uhuru Kenyatta was in Tanzania, and Uhuru Kenyatta met with the Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu. For those who follow the politics of this country very closely, just the other day, Uhuru Kenyatta was in Uganda, where he met with the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, at State House in Entebbe. There is no way Uhuru Kenyatta can comfortably be walking into State House in Uganda and State House in Tanzania, but not State House in Kenya. And of course, during Felix Tshisekedi's swearing-in ceremony, Uhuru Kenyatta opted to use Ugandan airline, and he was accompanied by the Vice President of Uganda. And of course, when Uhuru Kenyatta was in Uganda, he was received by the First Lady, Mrs. Museveni. But what was the objective of yesterday's visit to Tanzania? Because that's very, very important. Let me just read for you, first of all, what Uhuru Kenyatta posted on his official Twitter handle. This is what Uhuru Kenyatta posted: that His Excellency President, retired Uhuru Kenyatta, attends the first international colloquium on promoting cross-cultural linguistics and economic diplomacy for sustainable future in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. The event is jointly organized by the African Institute in Indigenous Knowledge System. That's something nobody knows about. Yeah, so that's the event he attended. And probably this event Uhuru Kenyatta attended as part of his strategy to meet with Suluhu. And then after that meeting, Uhuru Kenyatta went and met with Suluhu at State House in Zanzibar. This is what Uhuru Kenyatta posted thereafter. President retired Uhuru Kenyatta paid a courtesy call on Her Excellency Suluhu Samia, President of the United Republic of Tanzania, at State House, Zanzibar. The former president had earlier attended the first international colloquium on promoting cross-cultural linguistic and economic diplomacy for sustainable future in Dar es Salaam. What do you think Uhuru Kenyatta discussed with Suluhu in Tanzania? That's exactly what I want us to analyze in this video. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. Why do you think Uhuru Kenyatta met with Suluhu, or what was the objective of that meeting? For the record, it's a known fact that Uhuru Kenyatta and Suluhu are very, very good friends. But that meeting is significant because it's coming at a time when there is the talk of Raila Odinga contesting for the chairmanship of the African Union Commission. Very, very important. It's also coming at a time when Uhuru Kenyatta has been going to Uganda for series of meetings with the Ugandan President Kaguta Yoweri Museveni. It's also significant because here in the Republic of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta is not seeing eye to eye with William Samoei Arap Ruto. You remember his last speech or statement during that funeral in Nyeri and Nyandarua that caused serious political storm in the Republic of Kenya. So the meeting, in my view, is significant. But what was the objective? For me, number one, I'm convinced that the objective of Uhuru Kenyatta's meeting with Suluhu is about the African Union Commission chairmanship. And why would Uhuru Kenyatta meet Tanzanian President Yoweri Museveni over that position? Could only be three theories. The first theory is that Uhuru Kenyatta is actually campaigning for Raila Odinga. Remember, for a candidate to contest for the chairmanship of the African Union Commission, they must be recommended by the host, by the member country. For Raila Odinga's case, it means it means William Ruto must facilitate and recommend his name. Of course, there's been the talk of Kitwete. If Kitwete were to run, then it means that Suluhu has to approve. So, in my view, the meeting between Suluhu and Uhuru probably is about campaigning for Raila Odinga so that Suluhu can then be used to prevail upon Jakaya Kitwete not to contest. That is my first theory on AUC chairmanship. The second theory is that Uhuru Kenyatta might probably be interested in that position. But I doubt if Uhuru is interested. I'm so doubtful whether Kenya as a country can support his bid. I'm not so sure. William Ruto cannot support Uhuru Kenyatta's bid of becoming the next chair of the African Union Commission. And the other question is, can another country front a member who is not from their country? Like say, Suluhu fronting Uhuru Kenyatta or Museveni fronting Uhuru Kenyatta. Or they are agreeing that as East Africa community, then their candidate is Uhuru Kenyatta. Because again, this talk of Uhuru Kenyatta contesting started coming long time ago. So that's probably could be the other reason. The third theory for me is that Uhuru Kenyatta might actually be in Tanzania to persuade Jakaya Kitwete to apply for the position. Remember, Uhuru Kenyatta is the immediate former president of the Republic of Kenya. Uhuru Kenyatta was the president of the Republic of Kenya for 10 good years. William Ruto has only been the president for how many years? Less than 2 years. And Uhuru Kenyatta's influence in Africa and respect was on another level. That is the honest truth. Probably, Uhuru Kenyatta wants to persuade these East African countries to support Jakaya Kitwete. But that I'm seeing as remote. Either Uhuru Kenyatta wants the seat for himself or he's fronting for Raila Odinga. So, but the fact is, when these guys met, you can't tell me during their meeting they failed to talk about the African Union Commission chairmanship. If it's Raila Odinga, is he qualified? Can he win? What can they do to win? If it's Kitwete, if it's Uhuru, I'm 100% sure that during that meeting, the issue of the African Union Commission chairmanship was discussed. Number one. Number two, the second objective of this meeting, in my view, is that Uhuru Kenyatta is strategically trying to stamp his authority in East Africa. I don't know what happened to Ruto. Because when Ruto took over the presidency of the Republic of Kenya, he was in good books with Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Along the way, it's now clear that he's no longer in good books with them. The other day, you saw Paul Kagame talking badly about William Ruto. And of course, you remember Kipchumba Murkomen, who is William Ruto's ally, making that tweet that really annoyed Rwanda. Yeah, I don't know the relationship between Ruto and Suluhu, how it is. It's also alleged that when William Ruto went for the swearing in of Shekedi, that he was really never invited personally, but he went in his capacity as the president of the Republic of Kenya. So there's a lot of politics going on within the East African community. And the fact that these heads of states are entertaining Uhuru Kenyatta is something that is also, I know, is worrying Kenya Kwanza, because there's no way a former head of state cannot visit State House in Kenya, but can just casually walk to State House in Uganda. It's something that really anybody would question. So if you ask me, Uhuru Kenyatta is trying to stamp his authority as far as East African politics is concerned. Maybe he doesn't want a situation where William Ruto would go and influence some of his interest in other countries. So that's number 2. Number 3, Uhuru Kenyatta is a businessman. And we all know that his businesses are being targeted here in Kenya. In fact, there are even some policies which are being formulated or have been formulated purposely to frustrate Uhuru Kenyatta's businesses. And Uhuru Kenyatta, being someone who understands the dynamics of politics and businesses, decided to venture more in Uganda. And I don't want to rule out the possibility of Uhuru Kenyatta trying to venture into businesses in Tanzania. He has a lot of business interest in DRC. So the meeting could be about interest, which are business or financial. Number 4, is it possible that an elaborate strategy is being crafted to isolate William Samoei Arap Ruto as far as East African politics is concerned? The question you'd be asking yourself, what really transpired between Ruto and Museveni? Why is Suluhu not so keen on Kenya? What transpired? And why would they keep on entertaining Uhuru Kenyatta? We all know how Ruto is vengeful. When Ruto took over, the first thing he did was to go to Africa Union and plead with them to fire Raila Odinga from the position of the High Representative for Infrastructure. That's how William Ruto can be vengeful. So, is he being isolated? I don't want to rule out that possibility. And lastly, the meeting could have just been Uhuru Kenyatta, former president of Kenya, attended an event in Tanzania. Then the Tanzanian president, who is a close friend, decided, well, boss, kuja, come to Zanzibar. Come we eat some goat or kuja tukunywe some. Uhuru, do you think Uhuru anakunywanga chai kweli? Do you think Uhuru akikama mahali anaweza kunywa chai? No, maybe come for some whiskey. Yeah? So they just compared notes on development since he left office, the frustration is undergoing under Ruto, the situation in the country, Suluhu also telling her, Tanzania, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my thought. And I want you guys to do me a favor. If you have enjoyed the video and you've watched it up to this stage, please, in the comment section, just type present. And of course, you can also press the thumbs up. But I also have a special request again. Please check the comment section. The pinned comment at number 1. I want you to go to that link, which will link you to my Facebook page. Then like that Facebook page. I'm targeting to reach 6,000. I'm seeing so many of you guys have already done that. So we are like since the other day, but one, I'm seeing 400 people have already clicked it. So I'm so grateful. But it's you guys I'm depending on. I can't depend on any other people. Bye-bye.